So what's going on, y'all? It's Navoy Vincent, repping Navoy Vincent Fitness, and we're back again today with another YouTube video. And the topic of today is going to be most guys don't want to do the work. Now, guys, working as an online trainer, what I've noticed is there's very big differences within my different types of clients, specifically the male clients. Now, you got basically male A. He's very focused, checks in on time. There's no real issues. He always logs in his workouts. There's no real discrepancy in terms of the working out. Then you got client number 2. This is the guy, I'm telling you, boy, they got more excuses than, a nigga about to go to jail. There's always something going on. There's always some excuse. There's always some problem. And this translates very well into real life. A lot of guys nowadays, man, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to. It's easy. They rather complain. You see this a lot with these, these red pill videos. They'll sit there and complain about women all day. Women ain't this, women ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. And I get it, okay? Some of the red pill stuff that they talking about, it does make sense and it is true. And me personally, I've experienced it. My issue is, okay, you can sit here and make thousands of videos complaining all day, but when is we gonna get to a solution? When are we gonna actually solve the problem or at least combat the problem? You got some of these dudes, they'll make these videos, oh, marriage is bad, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you look at the marriage laws in most places, yeah, they're bad. So you know how you combat that? Instead of making hundreds of videos complaining about it, how about you just don't get married? Or you make your wife sign, or your fiance, you make her sign a prenup. And if she is really against it that much, okay, now you can charge her. And it's not even just with the relationship stuff, it's also with the gym. You'll have guys sit there and complain, oh, well, women, they only want the top 10% of guys, or, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't get women because of X, Y, Z, and ABC. Okay, if you can't beat them, you're gonna have to join them. You're gonna have to put in the work, guys. Like, I'm not even that tall. I'm about 5'10" on a good day. And I noticed when I was younger, before I got in good shape, most women, they wasn't really paying attention to me. I was nerdy. I was focused on school. My dad especially, he was very strict. He was always really against relationships and dating. And his thing was always, when you build yourself up, they're going to come to you. The whole mantra, if you build it, they will come. And in my personal experience, is 100% true, guys. It's just the problem is most of y'all don't want to clock in the work. You don't want to go shooting in the gym, so to say. It's very easy to sit there and complain. Guys, we're not on this channel. We're not complaining. If you want a solution, I'll give you that. And the solution is you're going to have to clock in the work. You complain, oh, a woman needs a man to be able to do, speak another language. All right, learn another damn language. I learned how to speak German, guys. If I didn't plan on coming to Europe, if I would have stayed in the US, I would have had to learn how to speak Spanish. I already was looking at the possibility of having to learn how to speak Spanish. There is no excuse. It's either you have the problem and your job as a man is to find a solution or create said solution. And a lot of guys, they'd rather just complain. They'd rather just be complacent and make excuses, cry on the internet with red pill, black pill, purple pill, all these different pills, but you can't figure out a damn solution. It's like with the politicians. They do this every year, every 4 years. They can't do this. This person says, all right, I'm gonna get in office, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and ABC. They finally do get in office, then they say, okay, well, I can't do nothing because the House won't let me do it, or the Senate won't let me do it. But hey, if you vote for more of us and to get in there, then we could finally do something. Guys, there's been times in the US where the Democrats had the House and the Senate, and and the White House, and they didn't really do anything with it. All they would do is just kind of further whatever BS policies that they planned already. At the end of the day, your life, you are responsible for your life. Donald Trump's not going to save you. Joe Biden's not going to save you. Obama's not going to save you. George Bush is not going to save you. Who was president before Bush? Clinton's not going to save you. It's all up to you. And the problem is, once you eliminate all these different things, whether it be religion, whether it be the social system, whether it be political system, when it falls down onto your own shoulders, most people can't handle that. So it's either they defer it, they make excuses, or you're like some of my guys who are watching right now, you're actually going to come up with a damn solution. there is no complaining. There's only solutions. And once you have that mentality to where you're gonna have a roadblock, you don't look at it as a roadblock, you just look at it as a hurdle. Is how do I get over this obstacle, instead of seeing an obstacle and giving up. And I remember before I started working out, I mean, you guys can see I'm a pretty big guy. Before I started working out, I was always telling people, yeah, I'm gonna start going to the gym, I'll start working out, I'm gonna get in good shape. They would laugh. Like, no, you would never do that. I was real skinny, guys. I was a very skinny kid. I was not confident. I was very, unmotivated. I just played video games and all this other fun stuff. But once I started going to the gym, you have those first couple years, your first 2-3 years, it's very easy to put on muscle, but then you're going to get to a roadblock. This is where some people will say, I hit my genetic limit, I need to get on cycle. When in reality, you're not even nowhere near close to your genetic limit. Let's say you're even being coached. There's a good chance you can hit your genetic limit maybe 5, 6, 7 years. Sorry about that. That's the phone going off. One of my clients, as you guys do know, I work as an online coach. So yeah, if you're looking for a coaching, make sure you check out NavoyVincentFitness.com. But as I was saying, now when you do have these situations, especially when you do train, most people, they make excuses. It's very easy to make excuse. They point to this guy, oh, he's on juice. Guys, who cares if this person's on juice? It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your life. My light bill came this weekend. My rent came this weekend. My phone bill, my internet bill came this weekend. The person at the gym who's on the juice has nothing to do with me. Whether you're natty or not, you still have to work. You still have to go to the gym. You still have to diet. You still have to watch what you're doing. And like I said before, it's very difficult. And let me get back on track. I'm kind of going on a tangent, but as I said before, once you get to that genetic limit, it's going to take a lot of time to get there. The problem is everybody's looking for a shortcut, or they make excuses. So either they get to a point where they can't see results, but instead of checking themselves or looking at their training, their diet, or maybe even the intensity that they have in the gym, they just make an excuse. Oh, it's my genetics. Or, I can only get this big because I'm natural. Guys, there is no excuse. It's all on you. Nobody's going to come save you. You have to take responsibility for your life, extreme responsibility. Everything that happens to you, you need to look at it from a point of, okay, what did I do to cause this? Or what did I allow for this situation to manifest into my life? The issue is most guys, like I said before, guys, they don't want to clock in the work. They don't want to put in that extra overtime at the job. They don't want to go to the gym and do that extra 5-10 minutes of cardio. They don't want to sit there and weigh their food. They don't want to, hit in that extra set in the gym. It's very easy to complain. It's easy to make excuses. But for you guys watching out there, I know you don't want to be like that. And I hope you don't want to be like that. I want you guys to push forward. Stop making excuses. Most guys do not want to do the work. Even if you're born super good looking, a lot of times that's a negative as a man, because you're going to be, most of the time, let's keep it a buck here. Most guys that go to the gym, why do you go to the gym? Because you're trying to get some females. So the thing is, when you do go to the gym, you start working out, what happens is you start to acquire certain other skills that you can apply to your life. Like having that mentality of, it's basically just overload. It's progressive overload. So you slowly but surely can realize, like, what I learned this when I was learning German. Okay, it's just like with the gym. If I learn a little bit every day, eventually I'll grow the muscle, so to say, of my language skills. And that's even with work, it's with making money, it's with investing in stocks and all these other things. You can take the skills that you get from the gym and apply it to your life. Like I said before, this is difficult and it takes a lot of time. And most guys don't want to do that work. So that's all I got to say today. We're going to cut it off right here. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Like we always say here, guys, make sure to control the negative and focus on the positive. It's your boy, Navoy Vincent, repping Navoy Vincent Fitness, and I'm out.